Hello, beautiful people. Today, I want to talk about something I've never discussed on my channel, and that is the difference between Western and Indian astrology in one particular sphere. In Western astrology, remedies or spell work, as they call it, were the sole purview of witches and practitioners. Normal astrology and normal healing did not take what we call upai totka, or as it's called in English, remedies into consideration. The Westerns have a very extensive system of magic. Yes, they spell it as magic, magic. They have different types of magic like divination, sympathetic magic, chaos magic, folk magic, elemental magic, and all that kind of thing. We have only one simple thing, upai, totka. And most of us are introduced to it at a very young age, and we have a very practical viewpoint. We don't take it as mystical, we just take it as if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I am doing this to satisfy my parents or my family members. That is how it is. Remedies basically are actions, rituals, and practices intended to balance planetary influence. Reduce the effect of planets which are sending energies that are contradictory to the our goals, which can cause negative influence. Normally, what astrologers do is they analyze your birth chart, find out which planets are giving malefic effects on your life, and then they prescribe certain remedies to balance those energies or to obstruct those energies. These can be various, like using gemstones and crystals, chanting mantras, prayers, rituals and offerings. Rituals can be specific day wise, that offer yellow flowers to planet Jupiter on Thursdays, or offer water to the sun, white flowers to Venus on Fridays. There can be charity, donation. Very often it is feeding the birds or cow or something. Lifestyle changes, meditation, yantras and charms. These are these sacred numerological or geometrical patterns used as protective charms to invite positivity, remove negativity. So they are a very interesting subsect of astrology in India. And today I want to dedicate this video to what you can do in September to balance the planets. This is not specific, this is a very general recommendation. For specific, I would need your birth chart. So, first, let's talk about Saturn. Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius, which is delays and accountability in social reforms. There can be political instability, there can be humanitarian disasters. We need to focus on the remedies for that. Another thing is Jupiter in Taurus. Jupiter in Taurus is normally benefic, but there can be potential over expansion. We can reach beyond our capability. Mars is in Virgo, which is very irritable, very touchy, and yes, it's going to cause a lot of political instability, and it's also going to cause a lot of arguments, debates. And Venus is in Cancer. This is going to make people insecure, clingy, touchy, very concerned with their own protectiveness. So let's start with Saturn. Saturn is in a period of what I would call karmic audit. It is pushing us to address unfinished emotional and spiritual business. So old wounds, fears, unresolved karma is coming up, demanding patience, demanding maturity. And of course, Saturn comes with its own problems. Things are delayed, there is no progress. We start feeling as though we are stuck. So chant the Shani mantra, Om Cham Shanicharaye Nama, or the Bhairavi mantra, Om Ajay Kapadyay Nama. These are for mental peace. Fasting on Saturdays is a simple fast, eating sattvic foods like khichdi to honor the Saturn's energy. Of course, if your Saturn is in an aggressive position, then you need to reduce the power of Saturn. Donate black sesame seeds, black clothing, mustard oil to the poor, to the disabled. Feeding the needy, serving at a temple can also balance their energies. These are small sacrifices. Lighting a mustard oil lamp under a peepal tree is a very popular Saturn remedy, and of course the Hanuman Chalisa. To temper Saturn's sternness with courage and grace, because Hanuman is believed to mitigate Shani's challenges. I just want to give you a word which can probably get our 21st century brain to follow these ancient rituals. See, what I feel is that all of us humans, we need to do something. We need to do something externally to address internal problems. I call it giving myself a permission slip to go ahead. When I do my prayers, if I'm doing a prayer, a small prayer for prosperity, or I may burn a bay leaf, tezpatta. If I burn a bay leaf, it is just that I am releasing that energy that I focused on to the bay leaf into the atmosphere to spread. If I am burning cloves or if I'm crushing cloves, clove, lavang, it looks like nails. So they are a representative of obstacles. And when I'm crushing them, I'm crushing obstacles. That is how magic works. That is how Upaya works. Now let's talk about Mars in Virgo. Mars in Virgo is critical thinking, but it also is over analysis. It is impatience. This impatience is further compounded by Saturn being retrograde. Saturn is delaying things. It is making you feel stuck. And this is going to clash with Mars' desire for action, and it leads to internal conflict, irritability. So this month is going to be all about conflict and resolution. So Vedic remedies for Mars would be to first of all do some physical exercise, gentle exercise, stretching, yoga, tai chi, to release pent up frustration and maintain emotional balance. Of course, you can do something creative like painting, writing. Mindfulness and meditation can also help. Going on long walks can help, and chanting Hanuman mantras. I would also suggest donating red items, red dals, red cloth on Tuesday to appease Mars and reduce that aggressive energy of Mars. And yes, with Saturn and Mars being at odds with each other, I would think that avoiding shortcuts would be a very good thing. Mars and Saturn both like to reward effort and integrity. They do not like ill thought out and impulsive action. So please allot an hour of quiet time for introspection to align your energies and to focus on positive and purposeful action. Venus in Cancer. This is Venus in a water sign is always emotions. And Cancer particularly, it's all about security, nurturing. Cancer, the simple remedies are all to do with water. Spend times near water bodies. Of course, I wouldn't advise that particularly right now because all the water bodies are agitated right now. One very simple remedy is always carry a bottle of water. Another remedy is take a bowl, fill it up with water, place the tips of your fingers on the bowl and chant this Durga mantra, Om Dam Durgaye Namah, 11 times, and then pour the water into a tulsi. Let me talk about Jupiter in Taurus. Perform pujas of a yellow colored items like banana, turmeric, saffron on Thursdays. Worship a banana tree, offer turmeric and pure ghee to it. These are traditional remedies. I know they don't make much sense in the 21st century mind, but if it works, why not? Offer water to a peepal tree on Thursdays. Chanting helps. Om Guru Devaya Namah. Donating of yellow colored items. Jupiter's color is yellow. So donating yellow colored items like yellow dal, jaggery, yellow cloth to the needy, to temples, is a very good way of balancing Jupiter, especially Jupiter right now is prone to over expansive behavior. Another interesting Jupiter remedy is Rudra, a five-faced Rudra, Panchmukhi, donning it with proper procedures in a Rudraksh center is good. Put a copper coin into flowing water. And yes, for Saturn as well as Jupiter, the best way of balancing the energies is showing respect to elders, especially parents, teachers, and applying a chandan or a kesar tilak on your forehead. I do not talk about gemstones because gemstones are expensive and it's a very personal take. It depends on which planet is in your birth chart. Do these upayas. Faith is a very, very big component of these small spell works, magics, or totkas. So when you do these, quiet that internal voice that tells you that what you're doing is bullshit. Do it with full faith. And when you're doing it, if you are doing a totka, if you're doing a personal totka, like vanquishing a bad habit, addressing a health situation, do it with faith. Do it with 100% focus. If you have been advised that you have to write a certain thing on a bay leaf and then burn the bay leaf, focus on that. Focus on every word that you're writing on that bay leaf. Focus on the bay leaf while you're burning it and releasing that energy into the world. And yes, nothing is very serious, nothing is life and death. Do it with a bit of fun, enjoyment into the spell work that you are doing. For personalized remedies, for guidance, if you need a detailed astrological consultation to understand how to work these remedies, you can always get in touch with me. If you find value in this video, please like, subscribe, press the bell icon, and we'll meet again at another time. Thank you. Namaste.